Alright, so I guess we're all here. We're still waiting on Logos to arrive. Well, he'll slide in shortly, I imagine. So, it's been a while since we played, so let's go ahead and cover everything first with a recap. Last session began in the elven jungle nation of Nightwood, in the treetop village of Xanathia. The party, with a rare bit of downtime after their last ventures, spends a bit of time in Logos's hometown. Locris meditates and projects himself into the plane of Shadowfell, much to the delight of his patron, Drassic Riven. There, he seeks out, finds, and destroys an anchor crystal, as well as a childhood nemesis, Pycure. Gladier has a strange encounter with a wily old man who shows him through a treetop canopy the night sky, and in it a comet, the star of Nerul. Blade runs into a pompous messenger from Tirna, who brings news of the King's Tournament. He then, much to the horror of the royal courier, sponsors a young potato farmer for said tournament. As the courier stomps away, Blade collects the flyer and a bit of top-shelf wine as well. Renwick, still troubled by the events of the prior adventure, decided to stay in his private quarters within the home of Lorelei, Locus's mother. It was here he sought out information from his patron of the deep. He saw a battle where Arthur Shunpike, an ally and best friend to Renwick's father, alongside the great Kraken itself, absolutely destroy Neologoth, a demon of the Nine Hells, now for the second, or was it the third time? A demon with a particular goal of tormenting Renwick's soul. Logos, after being a bit overly helpful to his overly capable baby mama, Tardok, is chased off by her and her tribe for a bit of privacy. While he casually roamed the walking bridges of Xanathia, he discovered a particular trio of priestesses handing out flyers, priestesses of Nerul. After snagging a flyer, Logos tails them all the way to a nearby room of an inn. Here he witnesses them do some sort of blood ritual and meditation, and while they are otherwise occupied, he helps himself to all three of their traveling packs and leaves out the door, heading home. The party reconvenes at Lorelei's to plan and discuss their next moves. They pool their information, and after some awkward, intense, and prolonged eye contact and face touching, they head off to get their long rest. And that following morning is where we are now. So you guys find yourselves coming to, each in your own private quarters within Lorelei's home, to the smell of fresh baked goods and the sound of a pot crashing upon the floor, and Lorelei getting after her oversized squirrel companion for snatching baked goods and breaking things in general. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I'll reconnect again. Sorry, fellas. It made me fill out a survey on the quality of the call, ironically enough. So,
Did you say 5 stars?
a lot less, and pretty straightforward. Well, I just got kicked out, so it kind of sucks right now. No. Anyways, so I don't know where I began to cut in and out at, but you guys find yourselves at Lorelei's home, in your own private quarters, coming to the morning after, and you awake to the smell of fresh baked goods and Lorelei getting after cookies for smashing a pot, or running through some of her baked goods in an attempt to snatch a few of them.
After doing his usual morning routine, Lucas would just get ready to go downstairs to figure out what the next move is.
I think Renwick would try to catch Locris in the morning and just pull him off to the side and just be like, so a while back I talked to you about the creature that I made a deal with in exchange for all these fancy powers. And I had a rather strange dream last night. I well, I saw the Kraken and Arthur, and they were going to battle with Naelagoth, and well, Arthur nearly died, but the Kraken he managed to crush Naelagoth, and I'm wondering, do you have any insight? Do you think it was a dream or a vision? Do you think I'm rid of the demon?
Well, where were they when they fought?
Oh, they were at the sea floor.
So the Kraken may have crushed him, but according to what I've read on demon lore, they only stay dead if they're killed at their home. So his body died and he came back, and I was even more pissed off. And knowing you have powerful friends, if the battle happened, he might be looking for stronger allies himself. Might just piss them off more.
Right? Yeah, that's that's my luck. Fair enough. Well, I appreciate your knowledge.
Hey, look at the bright side. It means your patron likes you if he actually went off to protect you instead of just pimping your ass out.
That is fair. He might be pure evil incarnate, but he's a right fine guy sometimes.
Oh, who's not a little evil now and then?
And I think Renwick's just gonna go grab a coffee and spike it a lot, and just quietly mull that over in the corner.
As you kind of come downstairs, Lorelei seems to have fixed a few things that Cookies has broken, and she scoops him up, and she looks to be headed towards the door. As you come down, she says, "Oh, darling, Logos, he left a little early to go talk to his future child bearer." She kind of looks kind of concerned. She says, "He'll be back shortly. I gotta go as well. Take care of the house and leave a window open. Cookies may come and go." She kind of gives you a courtesy bow, and takes off. What I meant to say was, as you guys carve up Gladier's dead carcass. No, never mind.
Rude.
I'd like to try to make a drum skin out of his scales if I could.
They're ample enough. Well oiled somehow.
Perfect.
So yeah, as you guys kind of come to in Lorelei's home, Logos talking with Tardok. Go ahead and tell me how you guys proceed.
Well, I guess while we wait for Blade and Gladier to wake up and rouse, Lucas will just holler over to Renwick. So, where should we go next? Upper plains or lower plains?
Do you have a strong preference between the two?
Well, I think if we go to the lower planes, just based upon how our luck's been holding out, that crystal is going to be with your demon buddy, who also has Locus's dad. So, I mean, that's going to be a big adventure. So maybe the upper plane would be quicker.
Well, I don't know that we're necessarily prepared to take on that whole fiasco, so upper plane sounds like it might be the more advantageous way to go.
All right, we'll talk it over with the other two, and then I'll go to the temple and see what I can find in their library.
As you guys are chatting, you'd probably hear like almost like a thump from upstairs. Blade probably rolling out of bed. Comes stumbling down the stairs a little bit, maybe just holding the wall, just being like, good morning.
I think that Vader would probably follow down soon after being woken up by the loud thump of Blade falling out of bed.
Morning, sunshines.
Ugh. Is there anything to eat? Starving.
I think Lord Layla had something in the kitchen, but you might have to fight Cookie over it.
I probably glare over at Cookie and probably an intimidating squirrel, and I'll just be like, I'm good. Maybe some coffee.
Cookie definitely chirps, chirps at you from like a nearby window sill as he's like eyeing you guys, firmly planted in, of course, the kitchen window sill.
So what are you guys talking about?
Well, we're trying to figure out our next plans. We have two more crystals to find, and that's all that we really have on the need to do agenda. So we're discussing whether to go high or low.
Hmm.
Everybody trying to be polite.
So,
All right, Blade, you talk.
a pot smashes as Cookies makes a mad dash across the kitchen counter, snatches several cookies, and then flies through the room and then out the adjacent window, gone. And then you guys are back to peace.
So we were thinking that it's probably good we take the upper, because if we go the lower, there's a good chance we're running into Nailgoth and Logos's father, which I understand is a bit of a time crunch, but I don't necessarily think we're prepared for that yet. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Do you have a plan on how we're getting there?
Yes, after the last confrontation, Jurassic was able to gift me with the ability to go to a different plane once a day. So said something about me visiting more often and shoved that in my face. So I wouldn't have an excuse. So yes, we can get to either plane fairly easily.
Well, that's pretty nifty. All right, well, I mean, I'm fine with your guys' idea of, the slightly, I mean, obviously it's planes of hell, so either way it's going to suck a little bit, but maybe go the slightly easier route first, and then move on from there.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, I just gotta try to find an item. I didn't read that first. A metal rod of about 250 gold that's attuned to a different plane, such as the upper plane. I'm assuming that the temple should have something like that, hopefully. Or Gladiator, you got about 20 gods. Ask one of them.
It's more like 1.5, but I mean, I could try and ask if they have an idea of where one might be. I think I have a something.
Do you have an opinion on this plan, Blade?
Well, potentially. The southern plane, where is that in relation to Turna?
Take Turna, put it all on this world, and put that way above your head. That's kind of what we're looking at. We're talking about a completely different realm of existence, such as Feywild, the Feywild, and Shadowfell. It's not of this land.
Oh, so a long ways away.
Long yet also close.
Well, I know we've got a lot on our plate, but I don't know if I remember telling you guys that I got a letter from one of my friends.
No, you told us about that king competition, but uh, no letter.
Well, in some of the letters that I got when we'd returned, one of my friends, Darius, was put away for, I think, false charges of larceny.
Well, that's unfortunate. How do you know he didn't do it?
Not like him. I mean, I knew he grew up in some shady areas, but that's not like him. Almost like he was a trap, you know. I was very close with him. He and I go way back.
So, did you want to post his bail or spring him? Try to take over that government and release him that way.
I'd like to just go and see what the deal is. I mean, it's got to be false. There's no way he would do something like that. I know him. And I can't stand to have a friend sitting in prison, rotting.
Well, I mean, unless we could get a ride to or a different way to one of the other planes, it's not like we're leaving this realm anytime soon. And think we haven't stayed in one place very long, so why start now? Go ahead, that way we can go to the temple, see if they have something, and if not, well, that sounds like a reasonable place to start looking.
Yeah, it's the best start, I believe. I mean, if that's something the group is interested in. This is my own call, and I can go by myself if I need.
We have spent the past insert number here of months being told a time, a tale for another time. This is a good way to get that tail, so I'd like to go visit.
I'm with him. And when we go one, we go all.
Yeah, and yeah, we're not going to let you go and handle something like this by yourself. And like Loker said, we can't even get to another plane until we find that rod that's attuned to it. So, I mean, it's as good a place to look as any.
Well, I appreciate it. It means a lot.
And since Lucas has such high perception, we just assume he heard us no matter where he is, and agrees.
Sounds fair.
All right, well, let's eat some breakfast. I'll go to the temple if anybody wants to follow with, find out what we can, and tomorrow morning we can head out, get any supplies we need today.
That sounds good. I'll join you in going to the temple.
How far away is this Terna place? You know, how many days on the road are we talking?
This whole time I was trying to find the map. I still couldn't find it
Oh shit! You
on
know
the
what?
pin.
Of all the things I didn't bring, it was my cell phone. But let me snap a picture of that map real quick. Sorry.
I think it was posted at some point, but it had like all like the names on it of where everything was. But
It should have been pinned. We
yeah, I
usually
thought it was
pin
like the
shit.
first one.
Oh, isn't it all the way at the very north of the continent and we're at the very south?
Yeah, it's going to be
Be a trek.
a trek, but I mean, as far as it would be to Hordenshire, would Gladier know how far it is to his hometown?
I would say the northern part of Nightwood is actually more of a bog, but that's kind of where the Rustback Mountains end. So he would know that it borders his country. He could probably find his way back to his country from here if he tried.
Yeah, you just find north and then just keep walking until you hit the desert and then go all the way through the desert.
Well, I think with Logus's tree stride, he might be able to at least get us uh, to that northern town we were in, if he remembers any of the trees.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Or
a
his
good
tree
point.
stride's at 30 foot.
No, tree stride is like I think tree stride is anywhere. As long as you know that
So
tree, I
on
think you
this
can
map,
go.
you guys would be roughly at location 1 is Xanathia, and north of location 3 is where Tirna resides.
Within 500 feet. It's not the one Keyleth had.
Oh, gotcha.
I think that was transport via plants. So no, we go hike anyway. So we definitely want to make sure we have our supplies ready. And then, hey, if we have to cross through Wardenshire, then Glader could check in on his people.
Okay, yeah. So plans are drawn. Tell me who's going where and doing what.
Um, I think Locust and I are going to the temple.
Yeah, Locris was Blade said he was coming with. Just don't know what Gladier and Renwick.
I guess I'll just tag along.
Yeah, you can just all go.
All right. So a lot of you make your way to the temple. It is the temple of Elana. It is like a nature goddess. And as you guys make your way in, you're greeted warmly as heroes of the realm, and you're pretty much given free run of the place. In a back room, there are several dozen rows of these like wooden cubbies, and each of them is filled with dozens upon dozens of scrolls. And yeah, have your crack at it. What are you looking for in particular?
Locris would be looking for just general information on the upper and lower planes, kind of what to expect there, if there's any area that jumps out more than another.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
24.
Ooh, smoking. Okay. So you find that you start digging through a few cubbies here and there, and you realize that there is a bit of information on the other planes, but you're gonna have to fine tune your search as you quickly discover there are several dozen upper planes. There are several dozen what would be considered like parallel planes, and there are only a trio, however, of lower planes that are known, but it seems that some of the lower planes break off into various omniplanes. So it's three basic planes that contain infinite planes within themselves. The plane of chaos, the great abyss, and the nine hells are the ones of the lower planes that stick out. And yeah, essentially, as far as upper planes go, it almost every god has their own individual upper plane. Like for Pelor, it's the fields of Elysium, this where the sun is ever shining and there's fields of green, and etc. etc. But for Hor, for instance, it is more like a Valhalla, where there are drinks poured in great excess every day, good meats and breads and grains, and then a fight every day, that type of heaven. So, what type of the upper planes are just essentially paradises for the various several dozen gods. So, you kind of run into an impasse here. What is there anything in particular aside from that information you'd be looking for? I'd spot you another bit of info with a 24 for sure.
Uh, if any of them list maybe an alternate way to reach any of those realms.
With that, it looks like the astral plane separates a lot of the all of these realms, and a lot of spells seem to offer. There's legends, but there's nothing really like concrete. But a lot of spells or ways of travel rather are to go into the astral plane and then teleport. It appears that there are many portals to many places in the astral plane, whereas sometimes, like for instance, the prime material plane may have a lot of access points to say Shadowfell or the Feywild, but very, very few to the lower or higher planes. It's kind of almost taboo for gods or creatures of these other planes to interfere directly on places like the prime material plane. So, they try to limit passage to and fro, both to the heavens and the hells.
Wonderful. Locals would tell the guys, yeah, it doesn't look like there's easy access. Honestly, Gladiator, you're gonna have to start putting in some phone calls. Each one of your gods has their own realms. We gotta figure out where the purple crystal is. So that's your shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can maybe try and commune with Paylor and see if he can provide any insight.
Yeah, man, you find yourself a clear altar, maybe light a candle or an incense. Ilana, being a neutral god, does not have, she would not block your deity or anything, so go ahead and give me, we'll call it a religion check, or even, I guess a knowledge religion check would be the religion check, so we'll go just a general knowledge history, if you'd like, aside from religion.
They're both +0. So, let's see. I always thought it was weird that religion was intelligence. I feel like it should be wisdom.
So do I. That's kind of weird.
Just a straight roll. Are you fucking
I
kidding me?
I completely understand it. People pretend they're intelligent when it comes to religion, but they're not very wise about it.
Yeah. Well, that's a natural 1. So,
Oh, wow. So, you know, it's relaxing, very, very calming sort of incense that you light, and you find yourself in the quiet peacefulness of this holy place, kind of hard to focus. You start to nod off more than anything, and you catch yourself here and there from actually outright falling asleep. But yeah, you find yourself hard to focus, hard to pray in this atmosphere. You haven't quite rubbed the sleep from your eyes yet.
uh, yeah, guess I'm not really getting anything right now. I mean, I can try again later, but just yeah, just having a rough time at the moment. Performance issues, you know.
I would say it's about this time that Logos joins you all. When you've finished chatting up Tardok this morning, Logos, you found your way to the local temple of Elana, the goddess of nature, and you come and find your friends digging through various scrolls looking up information.
Oh, good morning, guys. What are y'all doing?
Renwick just turns to Locris and goes, "You want to take this one?"
Sure, now that you're done stalking that poor woman, uh, we're looking at how to get to the upper and lower planes so that we can find the last 2 crystals. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy, and we're all going to join Blade as he returns home to free a friend falsely imprisoned, you know. So you can stay here stalking if you want, or you could come along.
I actually, I've thought about that with a child on the way. Gladiator, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but I would hate to miss the birth of my firstborn child. I grew up with my father. He was the most important figure in my life, and I would like to be that for my child. Gladiator, are you cool with running off on your kid?
Mm.
Well, I mean, I think we got a little bit of time before that happens.
John, can I, since I was with Pardock early, do I know like how far along she is? Like, is this happening anytime now? Or is there still a little time before she's due?
You're still looking at multiple months before the due date. You did the deed, but only maybe a week later you found yourself on your way to the Feywild, and that's what transported time so quickly. But yeah, you've only been gone like 6.5, 7 months, so she still has multiple months to go.
But my seed is strong, so he'll come early because he's a warrior.
That's fine, Lucas. You stay here so your kid can have his dad for the next 2 weeks before the whole universe is destroyed. But that'll feel real special there.
Thanks, Chris. I knew you'd understand. Y'all got this. Y'all are strong.
Yeah, I mean, he does make a good point. Like, you could stick around, but also, like, the world might end if you do. So,
Does anybody happen to know what the gestation period of an elf orc hybrid is?
I don't know if it matters that it's elf orc. I think it's just based off the mother, and since she's half orc, I think it's just whatever they do. I'm not sure. Tardoc's not really one to like to talk about it. She's always busy. Can I roll like a history or something? So do I know how like what the like is it standard 9 months like a human or is it different for orcs?
So
I'd accept history, medicine, nature, survival.
I found it.
Nice.
You give me those options. I'm gonna take survival. So we are looking at a 14 total survival check.
With that, you would assume with all the variables involved, it would be a standard 9 months gestational period. But you're unsure when there's a half human, half orc, and elf DNA mixed together. Could be longer, could be shorter, but you're assuming roughly 9 months.
All right. Well, it looks like I got at least 2 months before uh Logus Jr.'s here.
Well, hopefully
That's
this
the
won't take
spirit.
too long.
That's good incentive to push forward fast. Keep the momentum going.
All right. So does anybody have any items they need to pick up at town before we set off?
Uh, well, I do need to figure out a way to have Hardock able to get a hold of me because, I don't care where we're at. I do want to be there for the birth of my child at the very least.
Sending stones.
Oh, there you go. That's all. That's all I need, just to get her me one, so she can get a hold of me.
Easily done. We'll say a pair of sending stones for some heroic adventurers and heroes of the realm. Uh, they would 100 gold pieces.
Easy enough.
So, after making your way to the local market and picking up a set of sending stones, tell me how you lot proceed. I will say you do notice, kind of as you guys are going about the area, a lot of town seems to be bustling. A lot of town seems to be excited about the King's tournament. Several prominent town members who may or may not be capable have rounded up a squad here or there and vowed to win the tournament. But, probably a couple of hundred folks or so are packing up just to go see this tournament in Tirna. You hear tales about grand festivals and candies and chocolates and some fine imported goods and foods from far off lands, as well as parades and confetti and prizes. And not only that, but the tournament itself should be a grand spectacle, and etc. etc. It's got kind of the town fired up. You guys notice people packing their gear and heading out.
Well, I think these fools are headed for the wannabe king tournament. Do we just want a caravan?
So question. I know we discussed it before, but how far is Tierna from us? Right, that's where we got to head to, right? Tierna.
Correct. Let's see. Currently, Tirna would be beyond the Nightwood Forest to the north. So you would know that the nation of Nightwood is mostly forest, and then like the northern portion of Nightwood is like actually a bog. And on the other side of that bog is like green rolling hills, and that is where Tirna begins. So as far as travel goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're easily 8 to 10 days on foot away from Tirna.
Is there any? Have we been anywhere close to Tierna? Is there like a settlement or a place that we've been to that's a lot closer?
They're not as a party. No, you guys kind of came in on the western border of Nightwood, and then were teleported to Xanathia from the western border. So Xanathia is about as close as a lot of them have. A lot of you have been. We'll say you yourself have probably taken a good tour around the Nightwood Forest. So, yeah, I'd say you've probably been to a settlement or two that are a lot closer.
Okay, because all I need to do is to be familiar with something like a plant or a tree there, and I do have something that could get us there within seconds. So that's the only reason I ask. That way we don't have to worry about getting steeds and stuff. We could at least get to the edge of the Nightwood Forest.
A few scholars kind of shuffle by you guys and manage to put some scrolls away as they kind of diddle daddle, if you will, trying to eavesdrop a bit on your guys' conversation, but they do eventually, return to their duties.
So I would want to take a second to go see Tardok before we set out.
Okay, you find your way out of the canopies of the tree and trees down to the ground level, and there are several huts that have been erected from bone and hide, and you make your way towards Tardok's, which is guarded. And as you approach, the guards don't stop you, but go ahead and give me an insight check.
You're looking at 21 total.
Very nice. These half orc warriors kind of give you the side eye as you enter, and they just kind of almost roll their eyes and sigh. You get a very distinct, this guy again, type of vibe from these guards.
Logus will just kind of, I know I'm just not here to bother up Pry. It's only be a second. So he'll enter the tent. Oh, Tardok, my love, I'm just announcing my presence. I know, and just making sure you know I'm here.
You see her kind of standing near some embers of a fire. She's decked out for battle. She's got like her armor on, axes at her hip, a very prominent kind of pregnant belly, but she still stands like at this point 10 feet tall of rippling muscle. And she is currently one-handing an entire watermelon and just taking bites out of it. Much like a normal person would like an apple.
Oh, in particular, no, not that I'm not prying, just asking curiosity. Any particular reason you're dressed like you're going to battle?
She snorts and spits a few seeds. Yeah, we should talk, my elf prince. And she sits down on the bed, and it creaks mightily, but she beckons you forward.
I will join her on the bed.
She pulls out a bracelet, a pair of them, actually. Uh, on this golden band, there is what appears to be almost like a white marble, and near that is a golden acorn that seems to almost ring like a bell. And she takes one in her hand and gives you the other. She says, for scrying. She shows you. She takes the pearl, like the white marble, blows on it, and you can see within this pearl. You see yourself. Like she has a device that allows you to scry upon one another, as long as you're on the same plane of existence. And she points to the little bell, the little acorn. She said, "Yeah, it's an emergency pull tap. Anywhere you are on this realm, or any other, as far as I can tell, you pull it, and here you will be, by my side, wherever I am. It'll bring you straight to me." And so she gifts you this bracelet that allows you to see her and essentially teleport to her if need be.
Logus like pulls out his sending stones like, yeah, your gifts are much cooler than mine. I just thought we could, talk to each other.
She blushes and she says, "Oh, how thoughtful," and takes the sending stone. She says, "I don't mean offense, my elf prince, but there is no place for men in the tribe of the lioness. Others are finding themselves in a similar state to myself." She kind of gestures to her belly. She says, "And they will grow with time as big and as powerful as I have become, perhaps even more so. Now, I know your constant being about and fitting with my temperament is coming from a good place." She smiles. "You're very sweet." She kind of like tucks your hair behind your ear. She says, "But your constant presence makes me look weak. And if that is to continue, someone else in the tribe may challenge me for my position. It could cost me everything. While I do endure you, we must have a bit of space for a bit. Go with your friends, go on a hunt, go on an adventure. But I need a few weeks to work some things out and ensure that the command of the tribe remains my own."
Logus tries not to cry. um, now that's actually why I came. Um, you know that I always have loyalty to you and our child, but our job's not done here. There's still danger out in the world, and you know that I can't stand idly by while my friends go and face possibly the greatest evil this world has ever seen. And I need to have their back as they have mine. That's why I brought you these, so you can let me know when the baby's on the way, and I'll be there. I don't care what I have to do. I'll want to see our child come forth into this world. I wouldn't miss it for anything. And I do apologize. I just excited to be a father, and maybe I did overstep a few boundaries, and for that I apologize. Um, I just came to see you one last time because we're due to set out within the hour or two at the very least.
"Well, be sure to thank your mother for the gifts." She gestures to the items, the two bracelets. "I had her make them for us. And do not worry, I will hold on to this child until you return. Nothing will escape my grasp. Nothing." And she kind of looks feral for a moment. Her eyes go bloodshot. She gets this like deep, guttural, almost growl, almost, like an angry cat. And she kind of like zones out for a minute, and before she snaps out of it, just, "Oh, sorry." Hormones. And she rubs her belly.
And Logus will stand up and sorry. I don't know if y'all can hear it. My dog's going crazy right now for some damn reason. Logus will stand up and if any one of these women just so happen to look at you wrong, it may not come to a challenge. I could kill them before they even knew what happened. You just let me know.
She smiles. Says, "Why would I let you have all the fun? But don't worry. I didn't get to this position by being a weakling." She smiles.
Um, it's always a pleasure, Tardoc. I'm going to miss you sincerely. And we may not see each other for a while, and I mean, We do have some time before we have to leave, and Logan's kind of like gestures toward, towards the bed. One last little hurrah before I take off. Gives her the old eyebrows that always gets her.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Fucking D&D Beyond, dude. Fucking cock blocking son of a bitch. I rolled an 8.
All right. So as you kind of lay casually on the bed, she stands over you, looming, looking down. Her eyebrows furl, and almost a snort comes out. She's like, "Well, there is one thing that the tribe says we're allowed to do with men." And she snatches you up out of that bed and is very much the dominator in your guys' little endeavor. As we cut to black to investigate what the rest of the party is doing.
She pulls out a strap on. No, that's not what I meant.
So while Logos is saying his goodbyes to Tardok, what are the rest of you doing? Or rather, probably give it somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes, and a disheveled Logos returns. His hair's a little messed up, his shirt's a little crooked, but yeah, as the party reconvenes, kind of tell me how you guys proceed from here.
That's 2 minutes of love making and 28 minutes of trying to find y'all.
Well, I'm guessing you sowed some wild oats. Is everybody about ready to get on the road?
Yeah, but Gladia, I can't help. There is a small chance that that child may be yours. You seem ever so careless about not seeing her, or, letting her know your whereabouts, just in case.
Well, I was just gonna honestly, I was just gonna piggyback off of your sending stones, and because they're in the tribe together, so I was gonna cross that bridge when I came to it. Ask you if I could borrow the sending stone. Call Tardok, ask her to pass along the stone to Sitar, and then lengthy process, but you already bought the stone, so
I don't know if Tardok will go for that. She's nobody's messenger. She's very proud. If you want, you could ask her. I'm scared.
uh,
And like Logus is like trying to fix his hair and like still like try to like get himself together after being manhandled.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you're probably right there. Tardok is kind of scary. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get my own sending stones. I'm just gonna do the same thing.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
go running.
Cool 100 gold will get you a
grab
set
it.
of sending stones.
I just pictured Tardok like somehow chucking the sending stone halfway across the continent and hitting me in the head with it
You
because I
guys,
dared ask her to pass a message along.
right? You guys do notice that some pretty large hickeys on Logos as he's fixing himself back up.
Yeah, so he'll run and grab those and then uh, go find Sitar
You
and
find that her after you collect the stones, you find her in Mikey's pub. She is drinking ale and arm wrestling. And she is significantly bigger than the other members of the tribe of the lioness due to her tribe's particular prowess when carrying young. And she's dominating bitches. She's drinking more beer and crushing all these big muscle mommies in various arm wrestling contests. And she belches loudly as you approach. You. Now are you, Sands of Justice? She smiles and bats her eyelashes at you. And with a loud slam, drops another opponent in the arm wrestling.
Is she like bigger than me now? Even?
Yeah, she's not quite as big as Tardok, but she's pushing to like 10 feet. She is very much like
Jesus Christ.
Amazonian.
Okay, yeah. So for probably one of the first times in my life, I look up when I'm talking to someone. uh, yeah. So we're actually about to head out. We have further duties to attend to, and trying to save the world and all that stuff. But I just wanted to make sure that maybe we could communicate openly on the chance that the child you're carrying is mine. I know that you and Dardoch have both stated that men are not welcome in your tribe, which everyone has their customs. It's perfectly fine, no judgment from me. But if it does come out a boy, uh, yeah, you can let me know and I can come, yeah, pick him up and make sure he's not, I don't know, tossed to the wolves or something like that. Uh, is it okay for you to be drinking while you're? Is it fine for orcs? Is that
A lot of the orcs around laugh, and she does too. She's like, well, our mothers imbibed with us in the womb, and who are we to break tradition? And they all kind of laugh. She says, all right, manling, if the offspring is unfortunately male, instead of throwing it to the wolves, I will contact you and tell you on whose doorstep you can find it. Agreed?
yeah, or maybe don't just leave it on a doorstep. I mean, if you're anywhere near some sort of temple, you could just drop it off at the temple and tell him that someone's coming to pick him up, and I can come and get him, just so he's not out there in the you know wilderness.
Lady, my mom will more than likely watching for you here on the winds.
Are you guys staying here for a while longer, or are you heading out as well?
We have no plans to leave. The work is good, and the jungle is strong. Our alliance with the Wood Elves grows every day. I think we'll stay. Besides, who's gonna help Mikey drink all that moonshine? He
Oh,
brings
then
over another tray of shots.
all right. Well, then that's perfect. You can just um, reach out. Well, shit, Locust. What's your mom's name again? Something with an N.
I
I
don't
can't
know. I'm
remember.
not that. I'm not there with you.
You
You talking about
know,
Lorelai?
yeah, Lorelai. You know
Oh,
for sure.
Lorelai. Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, if it instead of just leaving them on a doorstep, Lorelai, uh, so I'm sure she hired you guys and local leader around here, and is also Logus's mother. You can just leave the child with her, and she will watch over him until I return. But yeah, so here's a sending. He just like kind of like fumbles around in his pockets and just pulls out one of the sending stones. Yeah, here. This is a way to contact me. I'm sure you haven't seen a sending stone before. Um, but yeah, if it's just let me know. I'll probably check in every now and then to make sure you're doing all right. Not that there's any reason you wouldn't be doing all right. You are very large and intimidating.
She grabs you by the shoulder, lifts you off your feet, and plants a smooch on you. And then, while gazing into your eyes briefly, she then returns you to the ground. And she says, "All right, I get the message there, big boy. Now you better go on and get out of here before me and some of these girls ravage you." And they look at you and lick their chops, all of them.
No rush, homeboy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think one potential child is enough for me currently right now. So, yeah, I will be heading out. I will check in with you later, and with Sending Stone. And yeah, it was great to see you again, um, ladies. And he just kind of like awkwardly backs up, like halfway trips over like a chair and rushes out of the bar.
Excellent. So, as the lot of you reconvene, what's the plan from here?
If everyone else doesn't have, there's no more business to take care. Oh, lady, how did it go with Zatar?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I gave her Sand and Stone. She's gonna, um, yeah, I didn't really ask with you first or Lorelai, but I just assumed it would be fine. So if it's a boy, she's not gonna just leave it in the woods. She's gonna give it to your mom and to watch over just until
Whoa,
we get back.
that's a lot of responsibility, lady, to put on my mother without, asking her. She's got to watch over the village, man. She's the village leader.
Shit. All right, be right back. And I'm just gonna run over Logus's house, just knock on the door.
You find Lorelei, making a pot of tea. "Oh, hello, darling. Come on in. You don't got to knock around here."
It's probably just like huffing and puffing because he just sprinted in full plate. Um, okay, so as I'm sure you're aware, I made friends with. God, that sounds weird. Okay, Zatar. She's pregnant. Um, I'm not sure if you've had much, communication with their tribe and how they do things, but if it's comes out of male, there's no males allowed in their tribe, so they just kind of ditch the baby in the woods and leave it to fend for itself, which I'm assuming never ends well considering it's a baby. Uh, but if it is male, is it all right if you just watch over the little guy until I come back to retrieve him? I mean, I'm not gonna we're not gonna be gone forever. We'll be back as soon as we can. But you're the only person I know here, and they're gonna be staying around here for a while.
She sips her tea and she looks at you and she says, "I can assure you this, darling. Nobody's going to be ditching babies in the woods. Not my woods. I'll gladly take your youngin' in until you sow some wild oats and come back for 'em. Adventure in life ain't for a youngster."
Yeah, I greatly appreciate that very much. And here, I'll leave you with I don't know how much babies cost, and I'm just gonna pull out like 300 gold
She
and just
she
give it to
she
her.
she shakes her head and waves her hand. "I don't need that, darling. You guys have done plenty around here. It would be an honor to help out some of my son's friends. Maybe you all just come back and visit once in a while. We'll call that debt paid."
Uh, yes, of course. Yeah, we will absolutely come back and visit as soon as we can. I know your son has missed you greatly since he's been gone, and he's not going to be want to be away for long. So we'll come back as soon as we can.
Where are y'all going?
To Tierna, uh, Blade has a friend up there that we need to help out of a sticky situation, and we also need to find find some stuff to help out with this giant awful death god. Not help him, help get rid of him.
Well, all right then. If y'all need a hand, just holler. I can send you to the edge of this forest if you'd like. Get you as close as the bog. Send you guys on your way.
Yeah, that actually that might be helpful. I'll run back over to the guys and let them know, and we'll see what the plan is. And then I'm just gonna kind of back up, but on my way out, I want to try and like put the little pouch of like the 300 gold that I pulled out, and just try and like sneakily leave it on like I don't know, like a side table or something.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Okay, sleight of hand is +1 because I'm not dexterous. Oh shit, that's a dirty 20.
Dude, my mom's
Very
probably got a
nice.
passive like 25, bro.
Oh shit. Yeah, she probably does have a high passive perception.
Well, whether she saw it or not, she didn't say anything as you kind of cheekily stash this coin and go out and reconvene with a lot of your party.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna sprint back to the party. Now he's like really huffing and puffing. Okay, uh, Lorelei said she would watch the kids until we get back. Well, I didn't tell her about yours, Logs. I didn't know if you told her yet, and I didn't want to be the one to bear that news first.
He
Um,
told me.
huh?
She told me.
What was it?
I found out
Oh, I
Tardoc was
forgot that
pregnant
part.
through her.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm assuming she'll watch her grandchild. Uh, Anyways, she said she can transport us as far as the bog up north. If we want to go meet her, and yeah, she can. Oh God, sorry, I got a cramp.
While
Oh,
he's like talking and huffing and puffing, like, can I try to flick a good berry into his mouth?
Yeah, go ahead
Like
and
mid talk?
give me like we'll call it an attack roll. Dexterity modifier plus proficiency against Gleedeer's armor class.
Oh, attack roll. 25?
That hits, I'm for sure.
yeah,
Mid
I have a
conversation,
21
he just bounces a a good berry like off the wall into your mouth.
Yeah, I just start like choking and like. What the? Oh shit! That actually feels a little better. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, yeah. So she can help us out if you guys wanna. If you guys are ready to go, she can get us as far as the bog.
Uh, I do have the capability myself, but it might be beneficial to save um, my energy in case we get into something out there. If anyone doesn't oppose,
No oppose.
No complaints here.
I think it'd be good.
like, lady, so what's gonna happen if the baby's not yours? Are you gonna be okay with Zatar ditching it like the others?
Yeah, no. I mean, if it's a boy and it's not mine, and they're gonna leave it anyway, yeah, I can't just you know, let it die in the woods. So I just told Zatar to, if it's a boy, no matter what, just bring it to your mom, and when we get back, we'll figure out what to do next. Whether I take care of it or find a good home here. But I'm not just gonna let the baby sit in the woods and die just because it's not mine.
More than likely, the father is from here as well. I mean, he's probably here.
That's a very very good point. Yeah.
I mean, it could be
Sure.
one of these. Could be one of these fucking guys right here, and I'll point to Blade and then like,
Wade, did you?
Hmm?
Oh, you're just trying to get on my
What'd
skin.
you say?
Never mind. That's just fucking God damn it, Logus. And he just starts walking back to the house.
All right. So as a lot of you kind of, I guess, return to Lorelei's, she greets you, sips some tea. So off on an adventure again, my son, huh? You make sure that you come back to me. And she like grabs your arm and gives you like a deadly serious look, eye to eye. She's like, "You come back. You understand?"
yes, yes, ma'am. I I will for sure be back within the next couple of months at the very least to be here for Tardoc when she gives birth to uh, your grandchild.
She smiles, and her stern face turns to, warm and loving at the mention of her grandchild. She says, "Yeah, all right then. Amaku is as far as I can send y'all. That's the south side of the bog. Yeah, 1.5, maybe 2.5 days travel north from there. Get you to Mudport, and just on the other side of Mudport is Tirna. Depends on your rate of pace, I guess. May Elana bless you all. And when you're ready, let's get moving." And she reaches into the interior of her home and touches the tree that runs through the center of it. And a green portal bursts open. And she looks to you lot. Well, go on now. Hurry along.
I'll give my mother a kiss on the cheek, and I love you, mom. Thank you for everything you've done for us and making my friends feel welcome.
So I love to meet your friends. I love you too, son. I can't wait to get my hands on that grandbaby. You better come back soon.
You know I will, and I'll run in through the portal first.
All right. I assume a lot of you follow. Any objections? No?
I'll hang back, I think.
Go back
No.
to the bar.
He's got to go. He's got to go see Zatar real quick.
No, he's gonna hang out with your mom.
Ooh, shit. Yeah, you guys run ahead. No,
Excellent.
I follow.
All right. So, Amaku, a small but prosperous town located on the edge of both Nightwood Forest and a great bog. The unique locale has helped the town thrive for many years. Using the resources of both the forest and the bog, Amaku is a popular place in the region to acquire magical components and herbs, and even things like potions and poisons. Aside from this, many that seek Amaku area end up dabbling in a bit of alchemy usually. Most of the residents, a lot of these locals, are seen either drying spell components or actively making, brewing potions or making salves. You can see a healthy market resides in the town, and it's surprisingly large considering that the town is only a couple thousand. But yeah, you see various spell components, herbs, salves, and potions all for sale in this area. As you guys find yourselves on the outskirts of town of Amaku, where this great Nightwood forest meets this mist-covered bog, and Amaku is on the border of it. So, kind of tell me how you proceed from here.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
Blade.
at a town like this, it might be worth stopping by and checking out the scrolls and potions if they're known for alchemy.
Yeah, they have a lot of components and stuff you can find here. So some of our more magical inclined friends will maybe find some good stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind meandering, and looking for some potions and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we could use a good stock up. Don't know quite what we're getting into yet. So we go shopping.
Okay, you guys make your way into a couple of these local markets, and it is there's general goods for sure, but it seems like every other stall is specializing in various herbs, various healing potions, various healing salves, spell components that are somewhat rare. On top of that, there is a wide variety of alchemists. I will say, for the sake of brevity, save a little time. You can find any first level spell that can be in the form of a potion here for roughly 500 gold pieces. And aside from that, you can also find any 5th level spell in the form of a potion, but that is going to be 7,500 gold pieces. So it is 500 for the first levels, 7,500 for 5th level spells. Aside from that, potions are really cheap. You've got access to about a dozen greater healing potions, and because they are concocted right here from various ingredients in the forest and the swamp or the bog, they're pretty cheap. 200 gold pieces per greater healing potion, and there's about a dozen of them. So aside from that, as you guys kind of pick through the various potions listed and whatnot, is there anything in particular you lot need before you press onward?
Yeah, Logus is all tapped on healing potions. I would get two greater healing if they have it, and one superior healing if they have it. Is that different, greater and superior?
Yeah, I'll say the two graders are 200 apiece, so that's 400. But the superior itself is also 400, so it would be 800 gold total.
Okay, and to round it out to an even 1,000 gold, uh, I'll take a couple, whatever I can, and um, I'll take one more greater, and then what am I? No, no, no. Wait,
One more
I'll take a
grader will
couple of
put you at
standard.
1,000.
Well, then I'll do that. Yeah, I'll take one more greater.
Okay, so three greater, one superior, and that's about 1,000 gold. So, are there any first and or fifth level spells that are tantalizing you lot enough to want to make a potion purchase?
Well, Lucas will do the same thing in terms of potions. 3 greater, 1 superior, if available still.
Absolutely, 1,000 gold pieces.
Blade's
Um,
gonna grab. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
no, you're good. You go.
Oh, Blade's gonna grab a couple superiors.
400
I
apiece,
think.
so that's two would be 800 gold.
Sold.
I'm gonna do. How much were the superiors again? 500, you said?
400 for the superior, 200 for the greater.
400. All right, and then 7,500 for 5th level spell.
A 5th level spell that can be made a potion. So like if say if like fly was a 5th level spell, it's in potion form. So if you it's like you don't get to pick the target. Rather, you'd have to drink the potion. Essentially, you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Would you allow commune to be a potion? I can put the language of the spell. It's basically just that one where you can contact your deity or divine proxy and ask up to three questions that can be answered with a yes or no.
Is commune a 5th level
You could.
spell?
It is a 5th level divination spell.
Yeah, I'd allow it.
All right, cool. So yeah, so I'm gonna take potion of commune, and then so that's 75. And then I'll take a greater healing and one greater and one superior healing. So that would be 6 plus 75, 8,100 total gold.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Anyone else?
And
Would you allow mass cure wounds to be one of the 5th level
It
spells?
is a 5th level spell. I'll say you have to be the target, but there's no reason it could be like couldn't be. It's got like an area of effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just like
Yeah.
normally you would pick a point, but instead it would just resonate for me, I guess.
Yeah, you would be the point, but yeah, that's perfectly doable.
Okay, sweet. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna buy a potion of legend lore instead, and I'll take 2 of the superior healing potions.
All right, sounds good. I think that's 7,500 plus the an additional 8. So you're at what, 8,200? I think 8,300.
Got it.
All right. Anybody else? Any other potions you guys are looking for?
Renwick wants to check around and see if he can find any like like notably interesting poisons that he could potentially put on some of the arrows or like bolts that he uses. Since this seems like it might be the type of place to have some weird shit with fun side effects.
So there are the antitoxin, anti-venom, and some like generic poisons, but there's also some specialty poisons. You find some sleep poison, you find some paralysis poison, and just good old straight up vials of pretty potent acid. But there are a few different poisons to choose from.
He's. I'm curious about the paralytic poison.
So basically, it does not do any extra damage, but it does come with a DC 14 con save or be paralyzed until the end of their next turn.
And how many vials do they have of that? And what's the price on it?
I'll say they have 4 vials available. Each vial is good for a trio of arrows, so you've got enough for a dozen arrows, and each vial is 60 gold.
Okay, yeah, I'll take all 4 of those. So it'd be 60, so 240. Would you do the entire lot for about 200 gold? We'll just take them all off your hand right now.
This very kind of dirty wood elf, covered in swamp muck, eyes you up and down. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage, since you guys are technically heroes of the realm.
Well, it was a dirty 20, but it turned into a nat 20 for a 25.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, good deal. Let's do that. In fact, here, as you make the purchase, this muck-covered wood elf also throws in a vial of antitoxin.
Your generosity knows no bounds. I certainly appreciate it. And he just kind of starts rearranging and like shifting around all his like vials and stuff he keeps on his belt.
Much obliged. Come back again.
Locris is going to pick up a bottle of enervation.
5th level?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. 7,500 gold pieces.
Thank you.
So, after a few hours of sifting through various potion stalls, the sun does begin to set, and the sounds of the forest and the bog kind of mesh in a chorus of clinking cups from a nearby tavern and chirping birds and bugs, crickets and things. But as you guys kind of finish your shopping, tell me, what do you guys do from here? The paralysis lasts until the end of their next turn. So you're essentially, it's like hitting them with a stun or something for the turn.
I'm sorry, Sean. Did you say there was first level scrolls?
Potions, first level potions also.
Potion.
500 each.
Of any first level spell?
Any first level spell from any category.
Can I pick up? I don't know how that'd be. I guess one of Featherfall.
Yep, absolutely. 500.
And I don't know how it would work, but a color spray, like I drink it then blast off. What?
Yeah, well, we'll say you drink it and then spew it forth. So instead of coming from your fingertips, it'll come from your mouth.
When you bring up the potion of Featherfall, Renwick's going to flash back to that moment he jumped out of the the top of the tower with no plan, and he's going to be like, "Yeah, put me down for one of those as well."
Easily enough, easily done. As you guys kind of, fiddle through various potion stalls, picking up what you need as it becomes night. Several of these fisher folk. You see several like canoes kind of make their way in from the bog, and the bog is very foggy. It is kind of dense. It is definitely difficult to see through, but several of these like fishermen begin unloading their nets and carrying in their hauls of various crustaceans and crabs, and some of them are carrying herbs and things. But it seems that the evening is in full thrall here at Amaku. So, anything else you would like to
Should
purchase?
we should we find an inn and see perhaps the best way to get the hell out of here?
Yeah, this place makes me sad.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we kind of just started our day, so we can, you know, it's only a day or two travel. She said to Tierna from here. Maybe we can find the best route, and then maybe you at least get a start on it.
Well, it's evening, when the sun sets in the west. That's usually what that means, Clay Darrell. So I can understand you not seeing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you. I prefer traveling with the sunrise and seeing where we're going, especially through swamps.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So bed and a beer.
In the beer. Since Logos is semi-familiar with this area, um, just he will kind of lead the way to the nearest inn and tavern.
Yeah, a nearby tavern is the Frog and Leaf, and you waste no time. There's mostly a bunch of fishermen. Some of them are drinking, some of them are chatting while they're repairing some nets. There seems to be several plates of cooked fish about. A couple of waitresses. You enter and find yourself a table. One of them brings you a menu, so a few various fish dishes, a couple of different of spiced ales available, and obviously rooms for rent as well. So they go about serving some of these patrons, but then eventually make their way back to you lot. So, what you having? What can I get you to drink? Any? We got a fish special tonight.
Oh, fish! It's been a while
Okay.
since we've had fish. I'll take one, and take one of your strongest ales, please.
Done. Coming right up. And for the lot of you, she kind of gestures to the rest of the party.
I'll
I'll get a
take
I'll,
second setting.
oops.
Go ahead.
I'll take a fish with black and tan if you have it, or if you can make it.
Coming up. And she scribbles on her notebook.
I'll also have some of the fish as well with a spiced ale.
Not a
Make that
problem.
too.
All right then. So she scampers off and returns a short time later with all of your drinks and a bit of spiced fish. It's a pretty good cut of fish, a little bony, but good flavor. But yeah, as she kind of drops off some drinks and some fish. Anything else, gentlemen? It's a full house. I'm a bit busy, so you might have to flag me down.
Ah, well, before you go, I think would we go through you, or do we need to see someone about securing some rooms?
I can take care of that for you. We're looking at a whopping 2 gold for all the meals and ales, and I'll tell you what. You get that one to sing a bit. She points to Blade. She says, "We'll put you all up in a room for free."
I'll hand her 5 gold for the food, for everyone's food and the tip. Uh, yeah, I think we could do that. I mean, we need a couple more drinks in him, and he really lets loose. And I'll order like another beer for Blade just as she puts his first one down. I like get him a second one.
She happily obliges. She's like, "All right, good. It's a bit dead in here. I'm tired of listening to these salty old dogs talk about how big their dicks and their fish are. A little entertainment would be nice. It ain't much, but she drops a couple keys on the table. Warm, dry place to sleep anyway. Upstairs around the back. She's
Just
looking
out of
forward to hearing from you.
curiosity, do the fishermen say that the dicks of the fish are bigger?
Depends on which one you ask. She kind of eyes a table of dirty old men. Kind of, as you look over, they're doing like the finger in the hole thing. Oh.
I
But I
guarantee
just
you,
love
not a
that
single one of them
local
has a
charm.
bigger dick than my buddy here, and I'll slap Gladier on the shoulder.
Like,
I
okay, well, good to know.
cough up my
Men are
beer.
all the same. I'm gonna go. And she heads back behind the bar.
Gladier, go put it on the table for them. Let them know.
Invite it, you mean
Gladier, just put it on the table.
Yeah,
All right.
just lay it
Whether
all
that
out
be your
there.
ego, whether that be your ego or your fucking massive cock, that's up to you, my friend.
I, I think I'd rather just sit here and eat the fish and drink and listen to Blade play some music and I don't know, slapping my cock on the table just doesn't sound like a. I mean, what if these tables aren't exactly smooth? What if I get a splinter? That's
He's so
So
humble,
you
isn't he,
knock up
Redwick?
one, he knocks up one half orc, and all of a sudden he's just, Mr. Family Man, doesn't want to upset anybody or do anything risky.
He's
Honestly,
shy. Leave him alone. He's he's taken now. He belongs. His heart belongs to Zatar.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of terrified of her. She's like 10 feet tall now.
Terrified, dude. Fucking look. Tardot gave me this, and I'll show them the bracelet, and like look, and I'll blow on it, and it like I can see her, whatever she's doing, and she can see whatever I'm doing. That means like anytime, like she can just peek in and see what I'm doing. That scares me because like, what if she peeks in and we're trying to get information and I'm talking to a woman and she gets the wrong idea? She'll fucking kill me.
I suppose you can't really use your sturge light either. You never know.
I don't do that. I'll get Gladier another round of beer to kind of loosen him up a little bit. See if he'll put his dick on the table.
Costs a couple, about 5 copper, but yeah. Gladier's pretty hardy. Blade, do you have any interest in rolling like a performance check of some kind? Like, if you were tasked with performing, would you sing? Would you use a lute, a flute? You tell me.
Yeah, so I'd imagine as like if we made the agreement, I'll put on a performance. So maybe the second round comes back, and I'm gonna just like Blade is just gonna like knock it back, full, just take it down, and kind of wipe his mouth with his arm, and just kind of look at uh, Gladier and Logos, and be like, um, not all men are created equal. Watch this and learn. And I'm just gonna make my way up to like a corner of the room wherever their bards of play.
Yeah, all right. You make your way over to a nearby hearth, roaring fire nearby with your instrument in hand.
So I pull out the legendary double necked lute, and this is I think my first performance with this instrument. Um, and I'll kind of be tuning it and looking at the audience and seeing if I'm getting their attention at all.
Oh yeah, the rumor spreads fast. And several villagers watched you guys walk out of a portal in the tree. The sands of justice have arrived, and you definitely have a rapt audience. In fact, most of the hushed conversations in the room are about you and your comrades. So.
Okay, so Blade's going to just be like, "Attention, everybody! I have a song." And he'll take one strum of the let's just say the lower neck. What did you say the weather was here? I know it's evening, but is it like overcasty and foggy?
Yeah, kind of overcasty and foggy for sure.
So as I do that, I'm going to use one of the spells off of the lute itself to control weather and shift the overcast and fog into rain and hail.
Yeah, as the weather starts beating down on the roof, it almost adds like a low hum throughout the building, and everyone's kind of drawn to your striking of your instrument. You have an apt audience awaiting. Go ahead and roll me like a performance check.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was preparing there. Performance. Oh, okay.
Holy shit!
Here we go.
Natural 20 for a 35? Well done, sir. How describe this epic performance to me, Blade?
So you just hear hail like just starting to hit the top of the roof, and the rain intensifying as well along with it. And Blade just kind of starts doing this like slow, kind of ethereal-ish kind of song, and he's just going through winding roads and skies of gold. I've found a friend I knew of old. No words could match, no time could bend. The joy of finding you again, my friend.
An eruption of cheers and clapping. Several more rounds are sent to you and your party. The waitresses, after dropping off several rounds, are catered to you specifically. Like they just like you're like a focal point on their route as they make their way through the crowd serving people. You definitely make these guys are like emptying their coins at your feet. There's flowers, there's coppers, there's silvers. You come up on about 55 gold, random coins worth of gold. We'll transfer it to gold for the sake of ease. But yeah, flowers, gold. People buying you drinks, wild cheers, and definitely caught the eye of a couple of these young waitresses who seem to be doing their best to flirt with you. Your performance was stunning, the thing of legends.
And as he's getting all the applause, and I'm sure the ladies are lining up, so I'm gonna want to make this quick. I'm just gonna be like, "I'm sorry, everyone. I've got one more tune before I leave."
The audience is just eating out of your hands, and they all quiet and sit, every eye in the place on you.
So once again, kind of uh, playing on the lute there, I'm gonna make it a little bit more aggressive. Kind of some heavier chords and playing, and I'm gonna just say, "This one's for a friend," and I'll just be like, "Oh, there's a dragonborn bold and proud who struts through the town and draws a crowd. The bodies of his foes are outlined in chalk, but ladies, when you look, just stare at his." And then I'm gonna run off the stage.
Excellent. Another wild cheer and clapping, and maybe even Gladiator getting the cockeye from several of the female patrons.
And I'll go make my way back to the seat and just kind of sit down and be like I said, not all men are equal.
You guys just watched Blade put on the best performance you have ever seen. Even though you guys travel with him, it was like jaw dropping and hypnotizing at times. You guys are like, traveling with a true bona fide rock star.
I think Glader's like kind of like wiping a tear from his eye. I don't know if lizards have tear ducts, but he somehow found a way to cry. It was that beautiful.
It wasn't just
Yeah, I
the
think
sounds.
Renwick's just in stunned silence, and he's like a little tipsy. His shirt's pretty unbuttoned down toward like his navel, and he's just like jaw wide open, nipples so hard. He's electrified.
Well, I think I'm gonna go get some rest, and I'll go stand up from the table and make my way upstairs, and maybe have a crowd follow me.
Easily enough to make your way upstairs. Weirdly enough, you seem to have found a friend under each arm, and maybe even a third happily trailing you up the stairs. And with
How
that,
the fuck?
before you guys get your long rest, is there anything you guys need to do?
Gladiator, don't make him look like an asshole, dude. Go put your dick on the table.
Renwick's gonna cast prestidigitation and throw his voice over by that table of like old sailors or whatever, and just make it sound like Gladier's voice calling out like, "Ah, my dick's bigger than theirs. Guaranteed. I'd put money on it. Lots of money."
Hey, that's not what I sound like.
Some of them
That's
are
not what I
drunk
sound
and
like.
confused, but others are like, yeah, me too, son. And they like throw a cheers at you from across the room.
Well, no contest tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I would have won, but it's fine.
I thought they said that they would also put money on it, that theirs was bigger. That's I thought that's what it.
Oh, I misunderstood. Yeah, sorry. I've had like 6 beers and Blade's performance. I'm just stunned right now. I can't think straight. I can't. Just the tune
Oh,
is stuck in my head.
I know, Glady. Here, this will help. And I ordered him like a full like bottle of like whiskey, the equivalent of like hard liquor from from this bar. I know it was very touching here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Only a couple of gold pieces and a bottle of whiskey is delivered.
Renwick's probably pretty smashed at this point, and I think he leans over to Locris and goes, "You ever thought about using Mage Hand to, fiddle your bits? You feel like somebody else was doing it, right?"
I've never actually given it a consideration. You should go find out. Let me know how it feels.
Well, anyway, so would it be gay if I could do mage hand would would that make it, would it make it gay?
Are you
Well,
talking
why do you
about
have
doing it to one
to?
of us or to yourself?
Well, I'm saying you want to know what it feels like with the mage hand. I can do mage hand. I'm just saying.
Buddy, I think it's well established that so can I. And he like summons his mage hand, matter of factly.
Oh, dude, can you imagine your mage hand on me and my mage hand on you? Just two bros hanging out.
He just sends his mage hand over and knuckle bumps yours. Gives you a wink.
My mage hand like puts his finger in your mage hand's hole.
Glader's gonna turn to Locris and just say, "Can I please bunk with you tonight?" Um,
No, Gladia, me and you. It's always the way it's always been. I can't be alone with this sexy little devil. And then Tardog looks in. It's too risky. It's too much temptation there.
I really do hope that Tardok happens to check in on you at this particular moment. We're just at the bar doing mage hand fucking across the table. Is there a way that he can like tell when she's looking?
Yeah, he'll have to make a wisdom saving throw versus the scry.
Oh, I have advantage on wisdom saving throws. Uh, before y'all retire to your rooms. Oh shit, Blade's gone. We if y'all can meet me in my room, I want to make y'all food again. And Logan starts heading up to his room all drunk.
do you guys think he's talking about actual food, or is he gonna do something weird?
I'm fairly certain he's just going to cast Hero's Feast, but he is in rare form tonight. I'm going to go find out.
Right after Logus leaves, Locris is going to look over at Gladier and cast suggestion. Can you be charmed, Gladier?
I actually can't be charmed. I'm immune.
I thought that was the case. All right, never mind.
How the fuck are you immune
Look,
to being charmed as a dragonborn?
I'm a paladin, level 16. I
Locris
can't be
Little
charmed.
somehow
I
barbarian.
like
can't
hits
be.
you with a little bit of like sparkly dust. Has no effect.
I'm like probably too drunk to notice. I'm just like, just, that tickle a little bit.
All right, let's go get some greasy food before bed.
All right. Okay. Yes. All right, let's go. And he just starts stumbling up the stairs.
So as Logus is, he's headed up before everyone. He'll kind of go to Blade's room and just not even knock, just open the door.
It would appear that I don't know, Blade. Do you think you'd lock your door or not?
I mean, I have a pretty open door policy.
All right. You open the door and you find yourself in a room with Blade Silverstring. There's definitely something going on under the sheets on the other side of the room, and it is at that moment that you feel a ping. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw there, Logos.
Oh, you should have waited for me. You would have been in my aura.
Well, due to the Hero's Feast, I do have advantage, but I am inebriated right now. Would I still take it at advantage, or is it a straight roll because of?
I would say you could still take it at advantage, but you know that if you don't opt to fail, that she cannot see you.
Can I, if I feel the ping, can I just step back in the hallway real quick?
you, yeah, you You feel the ping and immediately slam the Blade's door. Blade, somebody slamming the door while you and your friends are getting friendly.
Okay, then
Okay.
I choose to fail, and can she just? It's just scrying, right? So she can just see me.
Yeah, she looks through her uh, orb, and you see what appears to be like Tardok's eye looking at you from the orb on your bracelet.
I'll give her friendly little hey, hi, and just go through the actions of going through to my room and prepping the hero feast for my friends, and I'll make it like I want to make it like the ultimate like cure hangover like food like like egg whites and fruits and healthy stuff so that the hangover's not so fucked in the morning.
All right, for sure. Yeah, you.
And I'll keep an eye on the jewel, and once I see that she's satisfied, going back to Blaze room.
She only watches you for a few moments, but and then her eye fades, and the marble returns to a creamy white.
All right, I'll like I'll go back to Blade's room real quick and just open the door again.
Blade, how do you find yourself in this moment?
Yeah, Blade, what am I looking at right now? Like what is the oh
So I'd imagine we're like under the sheets. It probably sounds like there's a full on brawl going on in there. I can't tell if I'm like up or down.
Blade's
And
upside down?
yeah, might see like a foot hanging out. Just be like, oh, oh, that's really saucy of you.
Ooh. Oh, dude, that could be oh.
Oh, no, that's the no touch zone. No.
Oh shit. Blade. Blade. Blade.
Hmm, what? What?
I'm making food in my room. Come eat. Yeah, your friends can come eat too if they want.
Oh,
Hello, hey,
um,
hi, Blade's friends.
yeah. What am I dealing with here? I didn't even see who I brought home.
It would appear that no one in the bar is getting served, as all three waitresses are currently in Blade's bed with him.
Even the one who didn't want to talk about dicks is in there.
Correct.
He was playing hard to get. No, no, no rush because I still gotta prep it and stuff. But once y'all are done here, you know, get yourselves right and come eat, ladies. You come eat some food. It's pretty good.
We'll
And
be
and,
just a minute.
and with that, Locust like stumbles back out of the room and like forgets to close the door. Goes back to his room and finishes the hero's feast.
I'll mage hand close the door and just be like, where are we, ladies?
Well played. All right, so after you make up your hero's feast and feed some of your comrades, get,
For the note, I will make my way over to the feast as well.
okay, yeah. Blade takes a break for a little bit, pops in and covered in sweat, wearing nothing but like a white towel, helps himself to a plate or two. But yeah, as you
So
guys settle in, go
everyone,
ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
everyone, including the waitresses, if they do come eat, get 7 plus 17 permanent hit points for the day. They're resistant to poison, immune to being frightened, uh, and poisoned. So they're immune to frightened poison conditions, resistance to poison damage, and yeah, their hit points increased by 17.
Very nice.
You hear that, ladies? You're gonna need those hit points.
Blade brings his entourage with him. Yeah. A lot of people are packed into Logos's room, scarfing down some various grub.
While everybody's sitting around eating, Locris is going to give the inspiring leader feat because I don't know when the last time I did it was. And speech is basically going to be, we should all kind of really look up to Gladier here. I mean, he doesn't let anything keep him down. He lost his family, but he's going out and he's making a new one. That's inspirational. And the reason he says dragonborns don't have tails because he doesn't want you to know that they keep their tails on the front end. And so he hides it away out of modesty, respect. Then another 9 minutes of that crap for 22 temp hit points that don't really expire.
Excellent, for sure.
Yeah, and then if the player's just like, damn fucking right. Yeah, that what he said.
Yeah, Gladiator, I really, it would suck if that kid's not yours. You're doing all this, and you don't want to be made a fool at the end of it all.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to, see whatever happens for a reason, or it's gonna be
That would
worth
be
it.
so sad, man. I'd be so sad for you, man. Like, you think you're having a family just to not?
Yeah, that is kind of sad now that I think about it. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it before, but now I'm thinking about it. Oh God.
And it doesn't help that you lost, like you said, like Hooker said, you lost all your family. You can't cope with it so much. You carry your sister in a potion. Like, dude, love you, man. Like, you've gone through it, and the
Do
just
I
passes out.
do I take away the 22 temp hit points for the opposite of an inspirational speech?
You actually took 22 points of necrotic damage from, or psychic damage from the emotional trauma.
Jesus.
I would definitely be like taking notes, like for material later. This is gold.
Blade's over there writing more plays or songs or something.
How
Yeah,
many
so
hit points was your hero's feast for this time around?
everyone will have, if his inspiring leader doesn't go away, then everyone will for the next day have 39 points permanent on top of their what they have right now for the day. 17 from me, 22 from Lokers. So for me, at least from the Heroes Feast, that even if, say, like we get into a battle tomorrow, my 17, when you heal, you get that back for the day. It's not temporary.
It's a temporary, like it's a 24 hours of like modified increased.
Yeah, hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's just temporary, so when it's gone, it's gone. But I can
Sick that
always
does
do it
stack
again
though.
after every short.
Yeah, because it says your hit point maximum increases by the 2d10, and then it gains the same number of hit points. So, like, for the day, it increases to that plus 17.
That's fucking wild, man. Because if you guys are doing that every day, we're all getting, approximately 40 extra hit points. That's fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm almost at 250 hit points right now.
Yeah, I'm almost at 200.
High level parties, man. They're the shit. So, do any of you need to do anything in particular before you lay down to claim your rest? And we could put a bit bookmark in our chapters, fella.
After I shattered, Gladier's heart and hopes and dreams, I like pass out, but like in one last, I kind of just look over at the bracelet and blow on it just to check in on Tardog.
You see that Tardok is near an open fire outside. She is soaking in a tub. A few of the tribe of the lionesses are kind of tending to her. Some of them bringing her various, towels and things to dry off. Others bringing her various soaps and oils and flower petals. But she seems to be taking a soak.
Guys, I love y'all, but I need y'all to get the fuck out of my room real quick.
Jesus.
Right there, go fucking downstairs for a second. Give me 2 minutes.
All right. Well, everybody, it's time for bed. We're all drunk and full. You have fun with that mage hand there, buddy. And his like Renwick's mage hand flies across the room and just gives like a nice little love tap on his cheek.
On my ass cheeks or my face cheeks?
When you started to pass out, did you pass out with your ass up?
I passed out asshole.
Yeah, then definitely. He'll just give you a nice little swat.
Because I like to think like I'm like my arms are beneath me and I'm kind of looking at my wrist as I'm like laying on my elbows type thing. I think that so once everybody leaves the room, seeing that Tardog's like taking a bath and she's like getting oiled up and I assume fully nude. I think this will be the second session in which we end with Legolas, beating his shit.
And while the rest of the party finds themselves a warm, dry, comfortable place to sleep, a slight, quiet squeaking off in one corner of one room. I think that's where we will put a bookmark in our tail for the time, fellas.
And I want to do it close to the window so I can see the moon as I'm doing it. I like to think she's looking at the moon too.
Tony Hawk's
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Oh, too funny.
A great session, boy.
Yeah, it's a second session that seemed to be more RP than not. Gotta love it,
Yeah, we
man.
have a tendency to get carried away.
No worries.
Hell yeah, that was fun.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
dude, I
good.
missed this shit. That was great.
Y'all crack me up. Yeah, let's keep in touch, and maybe next week we'll see about crossing this big bog and getting your lot to Tierna one step closer.
Yep, I'm on days next week, so I'm good to go. So looking forward to it.
Hells yeah, sounds good, fellas. Nice to be in the DM chair for a bit again. So yeah, keep in touch, man. We'll do this crazy thing again soon. Well, I gotta get out of here, but I'll talk to you guys here in a bit.
For sure, man.
Hey guys,
Later, guys.
catch you later.
Night,
Night.
guys.